Hi, this is Catherine Rushton with SunSense Solar. Welcome to The Orchard, a church and gathering center in Carbondale, Colorado. We are here to show you an 88 kW SunPower system. Our lead installer for this project was Jess Sandiford, and he will be giving you the tour.
Hi, my name is Jess Sandiford. I'm here with SunSense Solar to give a quick run through on this 88 kilowatt system on The Orchard, which is a church in Carbondale, Colorado. The first thing that we're going to look at here is the array conductors. What we use on all our installations is USE-2 outdoor rated wire. We use stainless steel Wiley mid clamps for wire management, and you can see here these home runs getting picked up and taken to our junction box on the top of the roof. As you can see, as we pick up more and more home runs, head to the top, we go into a cord grip in the back of our junction box where we transition to THWN-2. So this is further showing our wire management, again with the Wiley cable clips. It's also showing our grounding method. All of the module frames are bonded to the rail via a weave washer, and all the rails are bonded with this number 6 ground going through weaved lay-in lugs on the S-Flex rail. So from the pass-through box, which is just a PVC box, we come out with our conduit, route it down to our conduit supports here on the membrane flat roof. We follow that all the way over to the inverter locations. On this particular job, there were multiple different roofs holding multiple different arrays, so the conduit work was plentiful. You can see as you pan through that we pick up this array on the pyramid roof over on the left there, and then everything drops down the parapet wall and over to where you will eventually see where the inverters are mounted. So here you can see as our conduit supports continue and that conduit continues over from the first array we looked at, we're picking up another much larger array and a much larger conduit. Fastening that to the same conduit supports and continuing both of these conduits over to the gutter beneath the inverters. So here we're looking at the inside of one of our 8 10 kW SPRF inverters. We're looking at the color coding. We chose to run blue and gray, blue being our hot conductor, gray being our grounded conductor, in this case landing in our positive terminal for the SunPower modules. On the AC side, we ran a white as a neutral, and we ran brown, orange, and yellow for our hot phases there. So out of the end of the gutter, at this side of the last of the inverters, you can see how 2 conduits go up. Those are for 2 more arrays that we're kind of unable to see from up here on the roof. Anyway, those come down to feed one of our inverters as well. And then we have 2 conduits coming out of the bottom of the gutter. Those are for our AC outputs. Those are fastened via unistrut along the wall here. And they come into our AC output combining panel. So you can see we have 8 3-phase breakers, 1 for each inverter, and then down below is our main disconnect. Out of the bottom of this panel comes a larger conduit, 1.5 inches, that takes those combined outputs across the remainder of the roof and then over the edge of the parapet wall and down to our AC disconnects and meters on ground level. This is our AC conduit coming off of the roof, fastened via unistrut down the wall and into our first of 2 AC disconnects. You can see the color coding on the wire here as well. So we leave the AC disconnect, we get to the PV production meter, and then we get on to our photovoltaic tap disconnect, which is a fuse disconnect, before we enter in to the box in which we actually tap the conductors. In this particular installation, there's no backfeed breaker, so there's no real main panel that relates directly to the solar backfeed. But after we leave the photovoltaic tap disconnect, which we saw moments before, we come into this main utility disconnect, main service disconnect, and we just tap with crimped on paddle lugs, and we share the studs that are in the top of this disconnect. And that is essentially our interconnection method.
So I hope you saw everything you needed in the site inspection video. We are really excited about this project and our partnership with SunPower because it allowed us to offset 100% of this building's energy use using high efficiency SunPower modules. Thank you.